if you're anything like me and have been using computers for a long time, you may have developed certain affinities towards particular devices and continue to use them well beyond the eras that they come from. I really enjoy using the Inwin Q500 case, the Microsoft Natural keyboard, and even the Memorex DVD RW drive. And when I was building my new Windows 98 computer, I sought out each of those in particular. But there was one device that I forgot about, and when I saw this at a thrift store, it just clicked, and I immediately had to have it and add it to the setup. This is the Memorex Power Center. Yes, really, I'm excited to have found one of these in the box. It may seem like one of the just most simple types of devices that you could possibly get for a computer, but I've never seen one in the box, and I have so many of these, and I've used them for so long that this is just one of those devices that is core to computer usage to me. It's kind of strange. I was genuinely excited at the thrift store when I found this thing because I'd never seen one in this condition. Get this out of the box. Oh man, look at that. Oh, fresh as a daisy. Get the Goodwill receipt out of there. Oh, got the manual or warranty registration card. Ooh, this is I really do enjoy this. This is awesome. Oh, it's dented. What? That sucks. You know what? The box does have this massive dent right there. So, yeah, something super heavy must have been dropped on it. That sucks because, I'm excited to have this thing. At least the plastic didn't crack. I might be able to take it apart and figure out what's going on there. I've never seen that logo. I'm so used to that one with the lines on it. That's interesting. All right. You know, one thing about these I've always been curious about is their surge protection. And I think we should open this up and take a look at it. And well, I was planning on doing that regardless of the damage, but now I definitely want to do that. So let's see about getting this thing open. Okay, so this is kind of what I was expecting. This thing's not an amazing surge protector, but it has some stuff in it. So for the record, a surge is a high voltage spike being sent to the electronics. Maybe lightning struck a power line or something. It's not an overcurrent condition. All right. So let's look at what we've got here. We have a resettable breaker, so that's not bad. That is connected directly to an inductor, it looks like. So that would limit the current coming into this somewhat, and this isn't a particularly high inductance inductor, so that would only limit it a little bit. This is the biggest surge protecting device in here, and that's not a lot. Coming over to the master switch side, we have several polyfuses. A couple of them are in parallel, so yeah, that's not completely ideal. These aren't going to be a surge protector in any way. These work by thermally expanding inside when there is too much current going through. So a surge, which happens over just a fraction of a second, is not going to raise the temperature of these enough for them to expand, so that's not likely doing much as far as surge protection is concerned. Down here, we have an X2 class line filter cap, so that's not surge protection. We have a LED tapped off of the master switch, and then that's pretty much it. There's nothing else for the mains protection, so yeah, unless this is more than just a breaker and is actually a surge protecting device, and I think it's just a breaker. So not a whole lot going on inside of that. Now let's take a look at the modem surge protection here, because this is actually more surge protectory than the other one, because in addition to the couple of polyfuses it has two glass filament fuses, and these are fast acting, unlike the polyfuses, so those would actually do something. Just too bad they're only on the modem input. There's nothing on the bottom. That's a single side board, and that's just traces. I can't feel anything there. So yeah, all right. Now let me see what I can do about the dents in the top. All right, the camera angle's a bit odd here, and I have my Windows 98 computer off to the side because I'm going to be using that soon. But I needed the edge of the desk that has a vertical support because I'm going to be hammering the metal back into shape. I don't have a ball peen hammer, so I put a sock on a regular hammer. Yeah, I'm going to try and unbend this. There we go. That's an angle you'll be able to see it at. Oh, there's the main bend. Yeah, so I'm going to try and flatten that back out, and yeah, we'll see how this goes. Yeah, that didn't turn out too bad. I'm starting to make it convex, so I should probably stop there. I'm pretty happy with that. That's not bad. Yeah, that was a really small mistake. I mean, the front should still just snap on. Oh, yeah, no problems at all. All right, there we go. All put back together and looking good. This isn't perfect, but it's as good as I can do with the tools I have. Now, there's something I've never done with one of these, and I think this is the perfect time to do it. I've never connected every single thing that they have labeled here as it should be. So I think we should set this up with the new Windows 98 computer, with the computer on the computer switch, the Hyundai monitor on the monitor switch, a new printer, well, new, on the printer switch, and well, there's only other two things here really that you could connect. If this has a modem pass-through, then we'll need a modem, and what computer doesn't have speakers in this era? So we'll have to put the speakers on there, and then we will have everything connected on this. So let me go ahead and set that up right now. Actually, there's one more thing I want to check out before we plug everything in. One of the absolute best features of these devices are the lights. When you have this thing turned on, each one of these switches lights up, and oh, that's one of the best things about this. You get lots of extra nice lights to look at while you're using your computer. It just makes the whole thing feel more computery. But something I've always wondered, how much power is it drawing right now, unloaded with just the lights? Well, I plugged this into a kilowatt, and it is drawing 1.1 watts. So it's really not that bad. Now, I'm not sure if these are LED or incandescent. This is clearly an LED, but these switch types are a little bit older. The elements inside are about the same size as a 5mm LED, so I could be convinced they're LED, but I wouldn't be surprised if they are incandescent. All right, enough fun. Let's start getting everything plugged in. So first off, the computer. Oh, wow. Definitely never been used before. Whoa. The monitor. Wonderfully hardwired cable. Let's see, what else we need? The speakers. Now, this is starting to get difficult to set up. So, both the speakers and the modem use wall warts, and there's a bit of a problem here. I can connect one at the end like that, but then the other won't work. So, it's time for the age-old tradition of stacking things on top of each other. Oh, why? This is keyed. Is the modem keyed? The modem is not keyed. Okay, but the modem's taller. Let me go find a second one of these. You know what? Oh, man, these are super tight. Wow. I have an even taller one of these, so let's go ahead and use that instead. Oh, that is so perfect. Oh, that's right, it's keyed. There we go. Oh, that's just wonderful. Oh, now it's blocking the phone. Oh, wow. Oh, okay. Plug the phone in. This cable is really thin, so I should be able to just wrap it down and out of the way. This is kind of weird. In fax modem, out phone. Now, if this is a surge protector, it would only make sense to plug this end into the wall and this end directly into whatever comes next. But they make it seem like your modem should go between this and the wall, and the modem would then be unprotected, and I guarantee the modem cost a lot more than the phone. It's not like I have an actual phone line in my house anyway, so really I'm setting this up for show, but that just seems a bit strange. I'm going to plug the modem in after this, even though it won't actually be doing anything, but yeah, it's just kind of strange. Let me go and plug the other line in there. Now we can get this finished. There we go. The nightmare of getting everything plugged in. Fire departments, don't at me. How bad are these for parasitic load? Well, remember this was drawing 1.1 watts on its own for just the lights. Well, these have brought it up to 3.1 watts now. Each one of these are as bad as having the lights on this, and the lights are a lot prettier. So this is actually why you should use one of these devices, because I can turn the master switch off and then these aren't running anymore. So yeah, these definitely had real use. It's kind of a shame we don't use them anymore. All right, and now to finish setting this all up. All right, there we go. Everything is set up, and man, this space is not big enough for this. I really need to get another area dedicated for setting up computers, because my workbench here just isn't deep enough with the shelf behind it for the electronics equipment. But let's go ahead and start firing everything up one at a time. Well, there we go. It's all set up now. Can't really control the computer because it's an ATX motherboard. It won't just turn on its own. If you had this set up with an AT style computer, like all the way up to a 486, then you could turn the computer off and on with that. But yeah, fancy pants new stuff like this isn't going to work too well. But from here, it is really nice to be able to control things. Like, say I'm not going to use the modem, I can go ahead and just turn that right off. Or, you know, it's late at night and I don't want to make a lot of sound, I can turn off the speakers. Or I know I'm not going to print anything, I can turn off the printer. So it's really handy to have one of these. I've always enjoyed them. I typically put a bunch of stuff on there that it's not designed for me, and it's just power switcher, so you know, hey, it's designed for anything. But like one of these, I have all 3 monitors for my main desktop connected to. It's not like I ever turn those off, but it gives me that kind of extra control. Game consoles connected to these. Just I have so many of these. I love to connect game consoles to these, so I can turn the game consoles on or off with these, which means that they're not all drawing that parasitic load. So yeah, these things are really awesome. But really, there's not a whole lot more to talk about. I was just so excited when I found one of these new in the box. I know it's such a silly little device to get excited about, but you know, like I said, this is one of those things that I just equate with using computers, and especially computers from this era. It's just, oh, it's something I have on every setup still. Like I said, my main computer still has one of these connected to it. If you enjoyed this video, well, then there will be more like this in the future, and if you want to support the channel, I am on Patreon. But for now, that's really it. There's not a lot more to talk about. It's a power switch. I'll see you next time.